I tend to think of Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter.
Number 1, crystal ball. Strange and decorative headdresses.
Bohemian clothing and
Medallions and metal.
tarot cards and tea.
They're just generally eccentric or strange in some way.
Oh, palm readings.
Psychics are fakes or will scam you out of your money.
Scamming for money.
Just trying to get your money.
I don't really think that psychics exist.
That they're frauds. Basically, that nothing
they're all
that they
false.
say is true.
That they just make stuff up.
They just play off like your reactions.
Kind of tacky.
Scam you out of your money.
What is psychic to me?
Actually, psychic abilities are, you can think of it as an enhanced level of perception. You can hear much more beyond your physical hearing, or see beyond your physical eyes, or know beyond your brain.
So that the highest level of the mind, the self, the high mind, beyond the consciousness, controls all the senses. Intuition is the sixth sense.
I think intuition is knowing. I think that it's partly being psychic and partly just being awake and living your life.
Do I think everyone has it? I think everyone has more than they think.
I would say that people are born with a certain amount of psychic ability. Almost everybody that I've met has a little bit. Well, you know, I'm a nurse. I've worked in hospitals for the past 10 years. The psychic stuff, what it does is it helps you to have an intuitive way to double check all the lab work. And actually it's really fun. In nursing school, they call it nursing intuition. There's a place for psychic ability in scientific practice. 10 times during my clinicals, they would be like, yes, this is really important, but if you feel like your patient is going to take a turn for the worse, you need to trust your nursing intuition no matter what the data tells you and act on it. That's being psychic. I remember once a woman was coming into the ER. I was out in the triage booth. When the other lady was taking her blood pressure, her heart rate, everything seemed okay. She just, she didn't, something about her aura, something about the way her energy sounded in my head, something about how she felt just wasn't right. So I'm like, you know what, we're not really busy. I'm going to take her right back. I'm going to hook her up to the EKG monitor and I'm going to draw some blood because I really have a bad feeling about this. This 30-year-old woman, who you would not think to look at her, was having a massive heart attack. But women present with heart attacks very differently than men. Our symptoms are a lot more subtle. And so because of my psychic intuition, I thought we need more double checks on this, and I was able to save that woman's life.
I'm the first skeptic. Even though I've been working for 32 years as a psychic, I'm always surprised. I just think that it's really kind of fun when I find out things are, oh, really? That was right? A woman once asked me, would you look at my son's birth? So I'm looking at that and going, well, she's not there. And I thought, oh, I can't tell her she wasn't at her son's birth because that's, kind of, you know what I mean? Like that she was there but not there, like emotionally absent. I didn't want to tell her that, so I didn't. And then I found out he was adopted. Well, I think one of the worst ones is that, if you're a psychic, you're making it all up, just trying to get money from people. I found out that the religious radio station was talking about me on the radio, about how I didn't believe in the same God that they did, and, I don't know what all this stuff was. I was bad, anyway. So they didn't bother to call me up and ask me what I believed. Then there was a guy I was talking to in the airport, and we were having a great conversation until he asked me what I did for a living. And I told him, and he was terrified, absolutely just about ran away. He was like, I don't know. I thought, well, gee, maybe he's a criminal or something. I don't know.
I've had tons of bad experiences. People that call it the devil, or think it's evil, or think it's stupid, don't want any part of it. And that's fine. That's their belief. I just leave me alone, because they're kind of lost souls. But lady, don't sit there 350 pounds and try to tell me about the devil. Oh, recently I had a protester for a year. Oh, he was hysterical. This idiot at the Medina was carrying a sign, "Psychics are evil. Follow Jesus, not psychics." Well, actually, he brought me business. It was kind of good. Then he wasn't getting enough play from people. So he wrote, "Sin is the problem, Jesus is the answer." Well, Medina's nice. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's a nice place. It's a top place. But then he went to try to go at a little biker bar. And nobody's seen or heard of him since. But then that's the negative. And I don't know why I even brought up the negative. The positive is, wow. And that's mostly what I mean. That's really cool. Wow. How great of you to do that for people.
But one day I was, near these woods where my daughter was getting a riding lesson, and so I went by these woods and I could hear them screaming. I could hear the trees screaming, and so I went into the woods, and I was walking around talking to the trees, and I found barbed wire around them, and they were growing into the barbed wire. It was cutting into their bark really badly. So I came back, I found the property owner and said, your trees are having a problem. Can I take the barbed wire off? And they thought I was nuts, but they said yes. So I went back out there, and, I took the barbed wire off the trees. So, how do I know I'm talking to a tree? I don't. But when you find something like that, you have to kind of go, well, that's kind of interesting, kind of fun, after 9/11, all those people dying, the first day there were flights. There was a group of us who went to New York. And what we worked with was releasing, helping the souls who were there, who were entrapped and terrified. We helped them cross over. And so the other thing about psychics is I think a lot of people have the idea that it's all woo-woo and you live a weird life. I don't. Maybe some do. But I live in the suburbs. I raised a family. I'm a grandma. Yeah, I have a kind of strange career, but mostly I'm just like everyone else.
I was an island before you came along. Put your boat in my sand, hand in my hand, your heart in my songs. I was a fighter, and I was so brave. But I lowered my sword when you held me and swore you'd stay, stay, stay. Oh, I can't do this alone anymore, 'cause I'm no good on my own anymore. What did I do to deserve this? What did you do to me? Baby, come back, I don't wanna be free.